Oh, here's a sneak peek of my Christmas tree. But yeah, I want to share more of a tour in this room with some of the changes, at least the Christmas changes that I've made. This is a Charles Hollis coffee table, lucite coffee table that I got from Flip Flops on Palafox. I only paid like 40 bucks for it, so I was pretty stoked about that. The sofa came from an estate sale. My husband likes to game, so that's why he has his shit there. He hangs out in here a lot, so he likes to move around his gaming situation. But yeah. These curtains are from Facebook Marketplace, and they were only $37. I paid more for somebody to install them because my husband did not have the patience. I didn't have the patience. They are on a track system, and there's a liner behind it. And I love to use much bigger window treatments than what my windows are. It just gives it a more grand luxe feel to overframe them. So that's what I've done here, and I freaking love these curtains. I think they're like a shantung. I'm pretty sure. You can see the nubbiness, like would be in mini silks. So the bar situation is from Facebook Marketplace, and the lady was giving this away for free. I shit you not. Look at all the ormolu detail. This is an old French piece. But I love it. So anyways, we offered her $50 so she would hold it for us until we could come and get it, and she did. But yeah, this is obviously how we're styling it, is using it as a bar situation. And then all the uglies and stuff is in there, like sodas and mixers and shit like that. This postmodern thing came from an estate sale. My husband likes to plop his shit, so it gives him a place to plop his shit. This painting came from Flip Flops on Palafox, which is a cool little vintage shop nearby. They have some pretty good prices. This lamp came from a flea market. I love it. It's got this brass and then lucite detail. I have two of these chairs, these Ming chairs. The other one is over here. And those are from 1970s. I believe they're Ming style chairs, and they are made by Bernhardt. So I got those for like $50 for the pair, so I was pretty stoked about that on Facebook Marketplace. The painting, it's a watercolor. I got that from a flea market. And then I got the frame from a thrift store, and I painted the matting. So that's a really good idea if you like a frame and it like fits your artwork that you have. Just paint the matting. I just use a flat so it looks like it's like how it came, because it would look kind of odd if it was glossy. So yeah, I just painted it in a coordinating color that went well with the painting. This painting came from Flip Flops on Palafox also, and I gilded the frame. These silk drapes, I love the fact that they have like this blue in it, so it's really pretty with everything in here. And I got those, I believe they're silk, and I got them from Teen Challenge, I believe, which is a thrift store locally. I only paid like $12 per panel, so I was pretty excited about that. So I just created this like little canopy effect here in this closet. This French settee I've had probably since 2012. I've reupholstered it many times. This time it's in a blue satin. I do need to clean up the edges, which I have not got around to, which is I just need to add trim, like GIMP trim work around it. So whenever I get around to it, then yeah, that'll finish it off. But what the hell am I talking about? Shit's never finished in my house because I'm always editing shit, so. These pillows, thrift stores, this postmodern piece, Facebook Marketplace, I've had that for several years. This Dorothy Draper style dresser I've had for many years. You've probably seen it in many of my room tours. It's even at my older house, and my other house that I had before this one. It's been purple, yellow, black. It's been several other colors, but now it's cream. And this flower lamp, it's normally in my main living room. Let's see, this room that I've shared many times, but we are doing a tour in this room today. So, but yeah, this is normally in there, but I had to accommodate for the big ass Christmas tree that I have. So I had to shift around some things that were in that corner where the huge Christmas tree is. So that came from Facebook Marketplace. This was thrifted, this painting. I love silhouettes, so that silhouette, I have a bunch of those throughout, and those came from a flea market. Or that one, that collection of those did. The rest of the collection's in my bathroom. So anyways, this mirror came from Facebook Marketplace, and it was actually, okay, so I think when I did a bedroom tour, my most recent bedroom tour where my room is red, and I have this French antique set, and it's like a sofa and 2 chairs, and I went like 5 hours away to purchase that in northern Alabama, because you guys know I live in Florida, and locally another lady was having a sale, so I picked up this mirror there. And yeah, me and my mom took a little road trip, and we both bought a bunch of stuff, and we had a trailer, and this was one of the things that I got. This mirror, I think it's so pretty. This Asian lamp I've had probably since 2017. I got it from a thrift store locally. I love geishas. I have a thing for them. I think this one was so pretty. It came from a thrift store locally. And I wanted to mention this little piece, one of my favorite roosters that unfortunately died. And so yeah, I keep his feather in there. He was killed by a raccoon. So yeah, that's why I keep that there. The Blue Boy is a funny story. When I first started getting into thrifting home decor, I want to say back in like 2007, 2008, something like that. That was like when I was really kicking it off with trying to start thrifting home decor. Back when Craigslist was a thing, or when Craigslist was popping. We went to Goodwill, and my mom came with me that day, and I found this Blue Boy picture. It was actually just a print, but it was in like this really pretty frame, and her and I like ran over to it. We were like almost fighting over it. It was $7, and it was like in this huge, beautiful gold ornate frame. And so now we just have this inside joke fighting over the Blue Boys, or the, I guess, what's his match? The Pinky, Miss Pinky or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was really interesting recently when I found this Blue Boy statue, because normally you find prints or reproductions of them in a frame. So I got that as like a fun little reminder to my early days of thrifting, and that little quarrel I had with my mom back in the earlier 2000s. This marble pedestal is actually, it was in one of my older room tours from, it was from like a couple years ago or something, when I had, in my old house, I had my leopard sofa that was in this fabric. I sold that to my mom, so now that's over at her house. But I had this beside it as like an end table, but it had big glass top on it, and it was in the corner. So yeah, that's on one of my room tours here on my YouTube. But it is from the 70s. It is marble, and now I'm just using it here as an extra place to plot my drinks and food, because my husband and I spend a lot of time in here. This is like our main space that we hang out in the most. Like, we actually eat in here. We just bullshit in here a lot. So this comes in handy to be able to plot my shit, and I just like an extra, I don't know, I like the layering effect of having this and then like this in front of it. It's almost like sculptural, having the many different like styles and vibes, you know, because it's this like Dorothy Draper style, and then you have this like super modern or postmodern 70s piece, and then this is pretty cool. I just love like solid juxtaposition, and this to me does that. This is a, did I say that this is a vintage Charles Hollis lucite piece? The zebra hide I've had for many years. I believe the lamps, I've told you guys, they were in my main living room. And I think I got them from Flip Flops on Palafox. I only paid $40 for the pair. They're from 1970s, and I believe they're Frederick Cooper. So I got a really good deal on those because they were only $40 for the pair. So I didn't even mention the wall treatment. I hand painted that. So yeah, I love doing like a whole room like this. It just makes things come to life more. It's like things tend to pop more having a wall treatment like this. So on this side, let's go to, oh, did I say where this came from? But yeah, I had this in my old house. This is a 1970s painting that I got from Flip Flops on Palafox too, and I love it. I love all the colors. And then we have this Asian piece. You probably recognize it from old room tours as well. So those are some of my husband's shoes. He just likes to stuff his shoes under there. But yeah, this is the side of the room. I need to put a face plate on top of that. I noticed a little shit like that. But yeah, I still have this for many years, not many years, but I don't know, like a couple years or something. I did have it in my daughter's room. It was in my living room at my old house back in like 2020. Then after that, it sat in her room. And then when we moved here, I moved in here. But yeah, I'd like to do another tour on my main living room. That's my dining cocktail room back there, which I've already done a tour on, but I've made some changes, so I guess I could share that at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to share the updates in here. Oh, this crystal chandelier I've had since 2008-ish. So my dad had given me a change jar, and it had like a decent amount of money in there, so I spent it on this crystal chandelier, and this was like one of my first chandeliers I ever bought, crystal chandeliers I ever bought. All right, you guys, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.